Hi there, my name is Rachel Scoltock and this is a short instructional video on how to give an energy cleanse. An energy cleanse is a great way to start any kind of treatment, especially a Reiki treatment, and I teach this in all of my Reiki classes to all of my students so that they have this amazing tool to use both on themselves and others. When you are giving somebody Reiki or any kind of treatment, a massage, a facial, or any kind of healing, then it's important that you are healing the concern that you want to heal rather than getting distracted, getting through layers of blocked energy that might just be psychic debris. Our human energy field surrounds our body. It's above us, it's below us, it's either side, in front, behind. It's like a big cocoon or a big bubble. And it's movable, it's expandable. It doesn't just stay in one place. And it's also porous. So our energy field can be like a big fishing net. So if we're out there in the supermarket, or if we're out there, in our office every day, meeting different people, and different people have got their stuff going on, we can just as easily absorb negative energy into our energy field. And that is, after time it builds up, and we don't want to be carrying that energy with us all the time. It can cause problems, anything from headaches to stress to anxiety. And so I'm not saying this to make you feel anxious. I'm saying it because once you have a tool and you're aware, you know how to deal with it, then it's a really simple thing to let go of. And of course, we create our own negative energy. Of course we do. We're all human and we don't need to judge ourselves for it. But any time that we're having negative thoughts, or we go into anxiety, we go into fear about stuff, then we're creating and generating those lower energies. And it's really helpful to be able to let them go. So this is a really simple thing that you can do for others. And you can also visualize doing for yourself that will instantly clear away the debris and the dark stuff from your energy field. It's a short process. And I always, I see a lot of people. This is my healing room. This is my healing table. And so it's great if you've got a massage table to use. It makes Reiki and treatments and aura cleansing so much easier. I thoroughly recommend you get one. So I'm going to show you how to do it with an imaginary person that's on this table. So we start with the hand position called the peace position. I'll show you up close to the camera what I mean. We keep the fingers together, the palms flat, and this is what it looks like from the other side. And you want to be doing this kind of motion. So you're starting above the top of the head because the aura starts above the top of the head, right? And you're finishing this, what I call the whoosh. Whoosh, you go whoosh down the body from the top of the head all the way down to beneath the feet. You want to make sure that as you're scraping the energy off using this hand position, you're sending the energy out of the room. And if you set a clear intention before you do any kind of healing, especially an energy healing and an aura cleanse, you ask the angels to transmute all released energies to the light so that they don't stay in your room or in your body. There's lots of that information in my book, Loving Your Sensitive Self. So we're starting with this hand position, fingers together, and we start at the head of the table. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. So we'll use the cushion as the head. And the first whoosh that you do is you start to the right of the body, above the head, and you're going down the side of the body and below the feet. The second that you do is you start in the middle of the body. So you're going over the top of the head, down, not touching the body at all, and to the bottom of the feet. And the third stage is that you go to the other side, the left side of the table, and you go from above the head to beneath the feet. That's that part done. So you start above the head and go to the feet. The next part that you do is called the smoothing the aura. So you want to hold your hands as if you've got somebody that you're hugging in between them, and there's a gap between your fingertips. And so you're starting at beneath the feet. You're holding your hands either side of the body. And you want to be walking gently backwards. So you're leaning over the body and you're walking slowly backwards, not touching at all till you get to the top of the head. That smooths the aura. You go back down to the feet and you do what I call the polishing. See this? You're polishing the aura. So again, beneath the feet. Stretching out way beyond the contours of the body, either side. Remember that the aura is much bigger than the body. You're not touching the person at all. You're making it a pleasant, loving experience for everybody involved. And then you come back down, and in between every level, we do a smooth. Then we get to my favourite bit, which is called fluffing. So this is the hand motion that you're doing. You start a few inches above your client, and you're grabbing the aura and you're fluffing it up. It's like they've got feathers, like a big chicken. So start beneath the feet, and you can bring your hands as high as you feel comfortable, whatever you think and feel. Just go with your gut. Use your intuition. You want to make sure that you're not wearing dangly jewellery or anything that's going to touch your client, so that your client can completely relax. And then come back down, and we're doing another smooth, walking backwards. For the next stage, what we're going to do is imagine that you're covering your client in a beautiful, soft, porous material, like gossamer. And this material is going to soak into the aura, and it's going to repair any tears that are in the aura. So you want to make sure that your client is completely encased in this beautiful energy. So what we do is that we start at the head, and you imagine that the material is tucked behind their head, and you're going to bring it over the top of the head and rest it at the neck. And then you're going to start again at the head, and you're going to bring it all the way down to the waist. And then you come back to the head, and another layer you're bringing down to the knees. And then the last layer you bring down and fold around the feet. Now this is all done with intention. It's your imagination. Do it gently and softly with compassion. And then you start at the feet. You imagine that there's material that you can lift up and fold over to the knees. And then you fold it over to the waist. And then you fold it from the feet all the way up to the neck, and then all the way up to the head. So then you can imagine that your client is encased in this beautiful cocoon of material. I like to see it as a gold colour or a pink colour. And then you stand at their solar plexus. So you go to the table, having covered them in their material. You just do this kind of motion. So that's feet to head. You can start at the feet if you like and go to the head and then do it. It doesn't really matter whether you start, which end you start at. So they're covered in the material. You find the solar plexus just beneath the rib cage, and you stand with your hands above the solar plexus. And then without touching the body, you imagine you can scrape a couple of layers of this material, and then you pull it up, and then you throw it down with a splash. So you're going to do this motion. You go out, you pull the material, imagine pulling it in. Imagine there's a bit of tension there. When you get to the solar plexus, you bring your hands together and you pull them up, and then you throw it down. And you do that 3 times. It feels amazing. It cleanses negative energy that gets caught in the solar plexus, and that's very common. This is where a lot of our addictions, anxiety, control issues all get stuck in this area, and it feels tight and yucky. So when you're doing your client an enormous service. So you're doing 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, you do one more scrape or smooth. And then you do 3 more wishes with your fingers together. And then you're done. So you can start giving the Reiki treatment. I always use the peace symbol at the top of the head, gently placed on the crown. If you've got a chair, then sit on it, or just kind of lean forward, looking after your back and your body. So that is the aura cleanse. And let me tell you, I use this whenever I'm feeling a bit yucky. I use that as a meditation. I visualise that there is an angel giving that aura cleanse to me, and it's amazing how much better you feel. Anytime you feel a bit yucky, you feel headachy, tired, drained, on long haul flights, you know, that heavy feeling that comes over you, there's the only thing that creates that feeling is heavy energies. It drags you down. It's when you've taken on too much or you've gotten yourself drained. It's a beautiful service to do for other people, and it's lovely to do for yourself. And remember, intention is everything. Always make sure that your client is comfortable and relaxed. You can always tell your client what you're going to be doing, not in detail, before you start. So you can say, I'm going to be walking up and down your body. All you need to do is relax. And, it's better if they're laying face up, but if they're face down, that's fine too. And then they can relax and let go whilst you do the work. And then you're ready to do the Reiki healing after that. And I'll be making more videos in this series about how to apply Reiki levels 1, 2, and 3, and lots of tips and ideas. And there is a handout that goes with this auric cleanse that you can contact me for. And, if you want an attunement, we can do that online or in person. It's just as powerful online. And within an hour and a half, you could be a Reiki 1 and 2 healer and feel that beautiful energy coming out of your hands. So thank you so much for watching and listening. If you've got any questions, let me know. From my heart to yours, angel blessings.